when you, obviously very a prideful guy you are, of course, and a tough loss for you against Tank. How long did you kind of step away and kind of need some time to process and get past that?
I only took 3 weeks off after that fight, and then I was right back in the gym. Like I was saying, I have a great family around me, close friends, my girl who always has my back through everything, and so I mean, the people too who had watched the fights, they kept my spirits high after that loss, and it was more motivating than anything.
Great, thanks for your time, I appreciate it.
Who do you think is a harder puncher, Tank or Keith Thurman?
Well, I haven't felt Keith Thurman's power yet, but I mean I know for sure he can punch.
Mario, there's a chance that Davis, even though he's a lightweight, Keith's a welterweight, that he's the harder puncher. There's a chance you already went up against a puncher like this.
Yeah, there was different things that play into that. Again, I was cutting down all the way to 140. It was really late in the fight. But I mean, I'm also not taking anything away from Tank, man. He could crack for sure. But as far as trying to compare, I really can't do that right now.
What do you think is the biggest? What do you think is the biggest obstacle in fighting Keith Thurman?
There's multiple. Like I said, he can box, he can bang. He throws some weird counter punches. So there's a lot that I had to be ready for on Saturday.
What did you take from this fight against Pacquiao? He was, got off to a slow start, obviously, in that fight, but picked it up in the middle of the late rounds.
He's vulnerable. When he moves, and and just vulnerable against a very active fighter. And but I mean, I'm prepared for a very hard 12 rounds regardless.
Mario, gotta ask, we were just talking to Keith about the glove situation and why not go with the traditional 8 ounce for, 147 and below and, contest for the 10 ounce. Is there an injury or was there a particular reason behind that to opt for the 10 ounce versus the 8 ounce?
On my part, no. I mean, they said that they wanted 10s, and I was like, all right, I'm not tripping, it's only 2 ounces. So I'm good yet, so yeah, it's gonna be my first time fighting with 10s. But I've been training with 10s whole camp. It doesn't feel like much of a difference than the usual 8 that I'm used to using. So I don't think it's gonna play much of a factor.
Because he kind of seemed to frame it like he wanted the 8 ounces and it was your side who wanted 10 ounces, and that was the hold up. But that's not the case.
Nah.
Mario, obviously you're at 147 fighting the first time. Did you do anything strength-wise, right, or was it just a matter of maybe not losing as much weight?
Yeah, no, I was really just naturally been, getting close to, just being a natural 147. So there wasn't any muscle gain, anything that I had to gain to get used, to being at 147.
What do you feel like, gets improved or affected the most when you don't have to cut so much weight now? Is it punch resistance or power, or what do you think we see difference of at 147, Mario?
I think really all of the above, just punch resistance, strength, endurance, I was saying, I didn't have to worry about, those extra carbs, that last, 2 or 3 weeks before camp. Right now, this is how my sisters were saying it, this is the most, we have seen you smile on fight week. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, and I'm excited.
Is there a big difference 3 days out from the fight, basically 3.5 days? 7 pounds, it's a lot of extra weight you get to have to lose.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, cutting weight is still cutting weight, it's not fun getting down to 147 either, but it definitely is, it's way easier than, going down to 140.
It sounded like, obviously you don't just want to win this fight, but you really are looking to make a statement to the Spences and the Ugas and Crawford and these guys that you're going to be an elite 147. Is that right, Mario?
No, yeah, absolutely. I took this fight, for a reason. That's, to just, let everybody know, whether it's the fans, whether it's the fighters, that, I'm here, and I'm ready.
What happens if we don't even see the 2.5 years? How do you visualize it if we get the same Keith Thurman in his prime?
Well, that's what that's what I'm hoping for. Like I said, any victory over a Keith Thurman that's less than 100%, it's not good enough for me.
Both of you guys sizes, like obviously you have a slight size advantage over him. Do you think that it will play a part in this, according to you guys' boxing styles?
It plays a part in all my fights. I try to utilize my my advantages as best as I can. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not scared to get on the inside and mix it up.
Mario, now having been able to take having the time off since the Gervonta fight and go back and watch it, analyze it, what do you feel like you learned the most in that fight? I was watching the PBC countdown, and some of the people on there were saying that they felt that you were up, at the time of the stoppage. What do you feel that you learned the most since the fight and going back to watch the fight?
Going back watching the fight, we felt that we were up. Even there, in the fight, we felt that we were up. But
So did Floyd.
Yeah, and the scorecards showed something completely different. But that's sometimes that's just how it is with these fights. But I mean, I wasn't tripping. I was in there. I was gonna just do what do as best as I could, really, to try to secure the victory. But I mean, we took away a lot from that fight. I got to display a lot of my boxing abilities. I got to show I wasn't just a puncher. I wasn't just an average Mexican fighter. I do have boxing IQ. And me and my team, we're still very satisfied with that performance.
And big weekend for the San Antonio fans as far as boxing. Obviously, you'll be here right down the road in Arizona. Ben Rodriguez challenging for the title. Just what does it mean to you to be representing, San Antonio and to have two big fights for the city in one night?
Man, it's an awesome fucking feeling. Me, Bam, his brother Josh Franco, man, we used to train together as kids, and now he has his world title shot. If it wasn't for both of our fights being on the same night, I would be in Arizona, supporting him.
Hey, switching. I'm sorry, my quick.
But yeah, I mean, it's an amazing feeling, man. San Antonio has so much boxing potential, so much talent, and I'm just glad that we're able to shed light on that.
Mario, you said last fight you got to show your boxing skills and your speed. Do you think this fight we see more of the banging from Mario Barrios and that lead in this fight?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see the way the fight plays out. It's my job to go in there and to adapt, to whatever he's bringing, and just ultimately win the fight round by round, and whether it's boxing or whether it's banging, that's what I plan on doing.
And let me get a quick prediction from AJ versus Usyk rematch, and then Errol Spence versus you guys. Who do you think comes out on those two fights?
I don't have much of a side to pick on either of those, man. But I mean, they're great fights, especially the Ugas and Spence fight. They're both dudes that I would consider friends, that I rooted for, plenty of times. And they're trying to prove, that they're the best. They're unifying, and it's just a great fight for the sport of boxing.
After so much time off, would you like to have a more active, campaign this year in 2022?
Definitely. I was planning on, I wanted another fight before 2021 was up, but we happened to get it, early 2022. But I'm always in the gym. I never take too long away from boxing after the fights, and yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to having a more active year.
Thank you.